Okay, so I'm assuming you are a little bit familiar with the software right now with Cinema4D and Octane Render. Definitely, we're gonna use the Octane Render, and I'm assuming also that you have a little bit of knowledge about how to navigate in the software. And even if you don't have the knowledge, do let me know in the comment section. So if you want an extremely beginner series where I just tell you how to navigate in the software or how to install the software, so yeah, you can let me know about that. Okay, so let's get started by clicking on this button. This is the asset browser which you get inside Cinema 4D, which you can open. There are multiple things which you can use for your things, but right now I'm just going to click on this model thing. Then I'm going down and I see no, it's not there. Then maybe it's in the legacy section. On the legacy section I'm going on this tools thing, and you can see there are bunch of model which you can download and use for your stuff. So let's pick this pipe wrench I'm using here. So as you can see, it's automatically, when you double click on it, it automatically downloaded on your layer. Then you can just close this store window, and I'm going little zoomer to this thing, and I can see like it's already have some textures assigned, which I'm gonna delete it because these are very standard material which you get from the Cinema 4D. But here we are going to use the Octane Render, so we're gonna create the material from Octane directly. Okay, so yeah, I'm just selecting all these materials and deleting it. Now here is my whole hierarchy of this model. Now what I'm gonna do is, okay, so here we are gonna first make this model a little into an angle like 90 degree here, and I'm rotating over here so like it is in the standing positions. And yeah, as you can see, it's a very nice and highly detailed model. Then the you already picked up the model. Now the next step is to assign a camera. So what you can do is, if you click on this Octane button right here, you will click on this live viewer window, so it automatically gonna open a render viewer where we gonna do the whole look development. Then just click on this object, and here you can see the Octane camera. This is the camera you have to take, and you see this little icon which I'm showing with my arrow, this square button, and just click it. Now we are moving inside the camera. So like if for example I fix my camera right exactly like very close up here, extreme close up like here. But now if I want to move somewhere else or like do other stuff in the software, so I just click again and I'm out of the camera. Like you can see here, this is my camera which is looking towards that screwdriver or whatever very closely. So now again I'm going back to my camera, and we see here a close-up view of this tool. Now second thing, right now you can see the whole video, or no, okay, so right now what you can see here, this whole viewport is based on a landscape resolution like 1920 by 1080p like this. But I'm gonna make a Instagram post of this, so let's fix this by fixing the resolution from this edit render setting, this little button over here. You can just click it up, and then here is the width and height of your image. So just put 1080 by 1080. So see, now this thing is in the square format. Yeah, so now I'm again moving my camera, and I'm just setting up my camera into an angle where I can find a nice looking thing. And also when you click on the camera and you go to this object thing, you can change the focal length of your camera. Right now it's 35, I am gonna use 80 mm, then I'm just gonna zoom out little. It's basically the focal length which is depending on like how distorted the thing will be. I know you have better idea about how focal length works, but like for example, if you want extremely wide shot, then if I take this super wide and like right now I can zoom, so you can see the whole image is like very distorted way, but I don't want that kind of look right now, so I'm just taking a 80 mm like this kind of some angle, for example. Now second thing, we set up our camera, we have our model in the perfect angle. Now just go into the look dev part. So as I told you, you just have to click on Octane, click on live viewer. It's already open in my thing, but I don't know where it is gone now. Yeah, it's here. So this is my Octane. Now if you see this three little buttons, three little lines, just hold it and take toward this. When you see this long white line, so you can place this thing directly into your viewport. Okay, so now you can see I have customized my layout little bit for the look dev part. Now this is the start button of our render engine. So right now what you seeing here is just the viewport thing. Now whenever I gonna click on this start button, it automatically gonna start this thing. It's like a render viewer. Now if I click on this lock resolution, which is like it's now on 1080 by 1080, you can just simply scroll from your mouse and yep, you are here. Okay, now let's start by lighting this thing from the very scratch point. Now right now you see this model, it's fully lit up, not lit up, but you can see the whole detail of this model. But let's start from the black point, like nothing is there in this scene, like fully dark scene, and then you start step by step process of how you light your items. So just click on this object button, you see this HDRI environment, just click on that. So now you see everything is black. Why? Because your HDRI have a black kind of environment, like 360-degree black environment where nothing is visible right now. So this is perfect, let's leave it there. Now again click on this object thing, go to light, take the area light, you see, just click it over here. You see it, this thing, it automatically gonna come up like Octane light. Now I told you in the start point where if you want to go out of the camera, just click over here. So right now I am automatically out of the camera and I can see my camera and light and this object over here. Okay, so as you can see, the light right now is so much brighter. What we gonna do, just go to your Octane light, click on this little light button, and you can see here the power. Right now it's 100, we're gonna dim it down. It's like the intensity of this light, so I am gonna keep it around like 10 maybe. Yep, 10 is a good number. Now if I'm revolving around, I can shift my light here and there, and even I can rotate it a bit as I want it. So you can see it's there. Now I'm again going back to my camera by clicking on this thing. So now I can see I have lit up my tool from the left side, but even still it's not looking good. So just I'm going back from my camera and then moving this light coming from like back point, like just the not a back point. Okay, let's do one thing, I'm rotating my light fully toward from the right side and I'm moving, it's like from right top, yeah, like this, and I'm going back to my camera. Here you can see right now my tool is lit up from the right top side. Now I want to add one extra little light from the back side, which gonna give the edges of this tool are very, what do you call, maybe like rim light kind of, yeah, it's called rim light. So let's add that. What you can do, you can again, either you can copy paste this same light or just go to your object, take a area light again, go back from your camera, and I'm gonna rotate this. It's coming, imagine it's coming from the back side. I'm changing the intensity again here, and I'm shrinking down a light just a little. Now if I see, I can't see anything here right now, maybe it's too far right now, that is why. And sometimes Octane doesn't work properly from the live engine, so you just have to restart or refresh it, so you can see right now. Okay, so I'm gonna add like this, and I'm going back again to my camera. So we placed our light, both two light, but right now what you can see, our light is also visible in the scene, but we don't want that. We just want to see the model but not the light. So just click on this light thing, this light little icon, and here you can see the opacity. So opacity is something which if you dim down like step by step, you can see our light is invisible now. And you must be wondering like why there's no backlight coming whatever we added, because right now the power is very low. So I'm gonna just increase it a little. So here you can see this edges, this rim lights, it's gonna come up, which is giving the model a little more extra definition over here. So yeah, this is how it's looking right now. And now we already added our light. Okay, so we set up our light, the both the area light from left top and from the back. Now the third step will be, okay, so now we already added our two area light. Now our third step will be changing this thing to a path tracing thing. Right now it's DL, which is the direct lighting, which is a little bit not that much accurate kind of light work which is present in the real life environment. So we are going to use the PT, which is a path tracing. This definitely gonna take a longer time to render, but it's more accurate than the direct lighting. And if I click on this setting, I can dim down the samples a little bit. Right now it's 16,000, which I can go to around 500. That is perfect. And here you can see a GI clamp, it's like a global illumination thing, which you can just put 10. It's good for that. Now we lit up our scene from right top, and from the back we change to path tracing. Now it's time to add a background. Right now you see just the tool, but I'm gonna add a background also. So for background, you just take this light, click on the area light, and I'm just going off from my camera, and I'm just moving this light, and I'm just refreshing it once. So here you can see a very big light, which is just white light. Now if I go back to my camera, it's not on this angle, so I'm just shifting here even more. So now it is properly placed in the background, so you see it's kind of white background right now. But what you can do, just change the power a very low, something like this, and right now it's like, you can see it's kind of gray background. But for example, if you want to create some gradient kind of background, you can do that by going to this texture, click on this little arrow button. Here you can see a gradient, just click on it, and you will get a white and black color. So yeah, just click on it, choose a color whatever you like. I'm choosing purple as of now, uh, shades of purple, and then I'm gonna increase the intensity, so just a little bit to make it more depth. Yeah, so here we have a nice purple background. Now the fourth part is to texture this tool itself. Right now what you see, it's totally a white tool. Now imagine this thing is made up of metal. Obviously it's made of metal, there's no need to imagine, but yeah. I'm gonna go to material section, click on this metallic material because it is a metallic material, that's why I'm taking, obviously. And here it gonna come up. Now just go and just put this whole thing onto the group of this pipe thing. But right now there are this material which is already assigned, which we deleted in the first very start. Just delete these things, these tags only, not the whole model, just tags only. And now you can see we already applied the metallic material on the object. We want a little rough kind of material, so I'm just gonna double click on that thing. Here you're gonna open this node editor, not the node editor but the material menu kind of thing. And if you click on this roughness thing and just go to this float value and increase this little by little, you will gonna start see, okay, this is some very silverish kind of material which we have created. And here you are, this much I think it's fine. But also you gonna notice that this part is burning a little extra. So what we can do, we added that top light, this light. I'm just gonna dim down the intensity to make it a little better way. Yeah, this much is fine. Now you notice there is a light from top left, there is a light from back as well, but there is nothing from the front side. That is why this whole thing is purely black. So imagine, let's add that as well, an extra light from the front side. So I'm just gonna create a light. I'm going off from my camera, I'm rotating my front light, I'm just doing this, like changing the scaling of my light little low. And I'm just gonna press restart again. So yeah, here light is blocked, so just click on this light, click on this opacity, make it 0, and here you can see our light is there. But I don't want this much intensity, so let's dim it down a bit. Yeah, this much is fine I think. Let's see from our camera, and here you can see a beautiful looking object which you just did lit up. And now what, there are few things which you can change from your camera setting as well. Like just click on this is your camera, click on this button, go to this camera imager button as well, click on this checkpoint. Now you can edit a little bit of color correction things, not too much but just a bit. So I'm just increasing this exposure like this much, then I'm increasing, not increasing, decreasing basically the gamma point, which is giving this thing a little extra contrast over here. Maybe this much is fine. Yeah, this much is fine. And yeah, there you go, we have created such a nice looking object over here. Good job guys.